Welcome to Fridays on the Fly, the special Star Wars trailer edition.
Bonus episode.
I'm Eric.
And I'm Ward.
And we just got done watching the trailer. This is the dozen. I'm up to a dozen watching the trailer, I think. I've watched it a bunch of times with the kids so far.
Star Wars, The Force Awakens. Yes, I've watched the trailer 3 or 4 times now.
Yeah.
So I assume you've seen the two teasers that came ahead of time.
Of course,
yeah. Let me interrupt. This is a bonus episode, unedited, uncut. You're getting the real deal here.
I'm going to like this one the best. First impressions of just the trailer alone.
I loved it. Just the images from the beginning. They started out kind of a slow, really pacing themselves.
Right.
And then they hook you. I saw the teasers. They were okay. This, I'm down. December 18th, I know exactly where I'm going to be.
I don't know if I'll make it December 18th, but definitely that week. I don't know that I'll be there opening night. But yeah, we should go.
I assume it comes to Regional or Eden, which it has to.
Yeah.
I will be there.
But it'll probably be about a week late.
Potentially.
Yeah. So right at the beginning, it feels like the original Star Wars, not at all like the reinvented first 3, episode 1, 2, and 3.
Oh yeah, you definitely have this sandy world and this Rey, played by Daisy Ridley.
Yeah.
I wonder if she's going to be kind of a Luke Skywalker type character who, living poor.
I've thought about her all day and where her character, where do I think her character came from? You have any thoughts about, is she Luke's daughter?
I wonder if she's going to be some mystery daughter. You're like, whose daughter is she?
Right.
But she's obviously living poor. She's scavenging. She's got that little robot BB-8.
Right.
I don't know, but
I think that my mind is going wild all day because I'm thinking like, is Kylo Ren, is that Luke?
Nah.
Who knows? It could be.
No,
I have a feeling it's going to be someone we know, or it's going to be someone who's related to her.
To her, maybe. It's not Luke.
Her brother or something like that. That's my thought.
Whose progeny do you think they are?
I don't know.
Han Solo? Chewbacca's.
I don't know that we'll get into that. I think the backstory will be something like their parents died or something. They somehow got split up. He goes with this group, I guess the Ren, that's the name of this group that he's with, and somehow ends up there. She ends up where she's at, but I think they're gonna be brother and sister or father and daughter. Just my thoughts.
True, and I want to jump into John Boyega, who plays Finn, the stormtrooper who loses his way and looks to me like he's a Jedi. Right. I think that angle is awesome. A stormtrooper that goes to the other side.
And I don't know if is he a clone?
I'm not up in all the Star Wars stuff and all the clone stuff.
Well, I mean, that's from the episode 1, 2, and 3. They were cloning guys from Jango Fett, and so I was just wondering if he.
Yeah, but that was episode 1, 2, 3. So I mean, there weren't clones in 4, 5, 6.
They were stormtroopers, but we never knew really what they were. We never saw any of their faces. Were they all the same? Were they taken from the clone troopers? I mean, I don't really know. So is this guy a clone trooper who has Jedi powers? That would be incredible. But I remember seeing the first trailer that they showed, and I thought, there's a black guy. He's black under the stormtrooper thing. I was like, it's already intrigued me. Like, this is crazy because you never. I mean, the only black people in Star Wars are Lando.
Yeah.
Lando Calrissian.
Yeah.
I think so I remember the first trailer, he just pops up for like a second wearing a stormtrooper thing, and he looks like he's on the run. So, who knows? I don't know.
Yeah, I was watching the trailer, and they show him, and the voiceover, when they're close shot to him, they say Jedi. I'm like, oh, is he a Jedi? Are they hinting at it? But then at the end, they leave no question. I mean, obviously, if you're having a lightsaber, I believe it's required you're a Jedi.
Yeah, it's required. Well, I mean, they have other people like Grievous who obviously weren't Jedi, but he had lightsabers. He was a droid. So I don't know, but it's gonna be incredible.
I think that's a really cool angle.
That lightsaber too, that Kylo Ren has. That's man, that thing is amazing.
I like Kylo Ren's helmet. I think the design is really cool. I mean, we're not Darth Vader levels cool,
right?
But he's pretty well designed.
Were you just as shocked as I was to see Darth Vader's
melted?
Yeah. Oh,
awesome!
I had to rewind. I rewound it right there. I was like, what was that? What was that? Darth Vader? Kids were like, oh my gosh, it's Darth Vader. Didn't he burn up on Endor? And I'm like, yeah, somebody, obviously they went and got him.
But I hope it's not too much of drudging up the past characters. I mean, I hope we have a movie that tries to stand on its own. I mean, it looks like Han Solo obviously has a pretty large part in this.
Yeah.
At least, because somehow, actually it looks to me like Finn somehow crash lands on the same planet Rey is on.
Right.
They team up with Harrison Ford.
Right.
And then go somewhere.
Yeah. So, yeah. I'm just curious the backstory of what has happened with the Jedi. I mean, after they blew up the Death Star, did they just think that they didn't need Jedi anymore? So Luke fell into obscurity? Because when I think about it, I don't think there were any Jedi left other than Luke.
Well, I mean, I'm not up on my Star Wars stuff.
Right.
And I kind of get confused with the prequels and whatever.
Right.
But as I recall, when Obi-Wan found Luke, nobody really knew who Jedi were. There were not very many Jedi. Yoda was...
they'd gone into hiding.
Yeah.
Yeah, they'd all gone into hiding.
At this point, I wouldn't think anybody would really know who a Jedi is.
Yeah, but see, they just got done defeating the Empire.
Not the Jedi, though. That was the Rebels. Or
essentially,
whatever.
Yeah, they were the Rebels.
Yeah, but
the Jedi were involved.
There's like 2 or 3 of them, right?
At that point, I mean...
Obi-Wan was dead by then when they won. So what, it's just Luke?
It was just Luke, right.
And Yoda,
Luke
where was
Leia.
Yoda? Did he stay on that planet?
Yoda died
on his
planet, yeah.
No, he died!
Spoiler alert.
Oh, man. Been a while since I've seen the original.
It actually took me a little bit. I was like, whatever happened to Yoda? My kids are like, he died. Do you remember Luke went to go back to the planet to finish his training, went into Yoda's hut, and Yoda was there. He watched him breathe his last breath as he died.
And maybe that hurt the prequels. There's just too many Jedi. I don't know.
You think?
I mean, obviously, there's something wrong with the prequels.
Many things hurt many things hurt the prequels.
But let's jump back to The Force Awakens.
Right.
So, Oscar Isaac, big fan of the guy. He plays Poe Dameron.
Yeah.
And they didn't show him much in this trailer, but I've got to imagine he's going to have a sizable part. I mean, just the quality of actor, that guy.
I just don't know where he's going to fit in. I don't know if he's just, I guess, the leader of, I don't know, the rebels still. I mean, I don't know if you were calling them the rebels, but because he looks like he's a rebel. He looks like he's a X-wing pilot.
Oh, he's definitely an X-wing pilot.
Right. So, I just don't know where he fits in that.
Yeah, and obviously he and Finn somehow interact because you see Poe going to the ship. You don't see Rey and Poe, but, and there's, trailers can be misleading the way they cut it.
Of course.
But it looks to me like there's an X-wing with BB-8 in the back.
Right.
Then they cut directly to Poe. Now, maybe it's misleading, but potentially BB-8 is with Poe, which brings up some questions. Where is Rey? How did they meet up?
Right. Well, when I see them pass each other, when I see Poe and Finn pass one another, they kind of have this look like they know that they were both enemies. Like they knew each other as enemies. And then they continue walking. So
I got out of it that they're like the big dogs of.
I got that too, but that they're still enemies. That they were still enemies, and that they maybe don't trust each other so much, or at least
I can see that. Sure,
Poe doesn't trust Finn. So the names I find intriguing. Yeah. Finn and Poe.
Kylo Ren, I like that name too.
Yeah,
but even the originals, they had cool names. Darth Vader, Luke Skywalker.
Yeah, but Darth Vader's Dutch for the father.
Really?
Vader.
Didn't know that.
Vader. Yeah. So I thought Kylo Ren would have some meaning too, which I think I think Kylo Ren, like Kylo is gosh, I can't remember what language, but something for like castaway, set aside, something like that. I don't know what
seems to fit.
Right. And I think Ren is Latin for love or compassion or something like that. I don't know though. But I don't know how this is going to fit in. I just can't wait to get the story. I can't wait to hear how these characters all relate to one another.
And we saw just about everybody from the original. I mean, we saw R2-D2.
Right.
Did not see C-3PO.
No.
Chewie,
I think he's supposed to be in it, though.
He is supposed to be in it.
Yeah.
Did you see Luke, or who you think might be Luke?
It looks like he's on the ground and he's touching R2-D2.
It's got to be Luke.
Which makes me think that whenever I saw that, I thought, that's Luke is Kylo Ren. Because it even looks like Kylo Ren. And it looks like it's almost like I know this droid type of touch.
I mean, they look similar, but the fact is there are different actors for Luke and for Kylo.
Well, I mean, yeah, of course.
But, going into Luke, obviously Finn is not a Jedi when he crash lands and he's a stormtrooper.
Well, of course.
So if something happens, Jedis have to have a mentor. So I wonder, is Luke
their mentor
Finn's
or
mentor?
Leia?
Is Leia a Jedi?
Sure.
She never held the lightsaber.
She had the same feelings, though. She had those same feelings that she felt that Luke felt.
Oh, didn't she hand somebody a lightsaber in the trailer?
Oh, I don't know.
Somebody was handed a lightsaber. Was that
She was just handing out lightsabers.
Well, maybe she's a Jedi and she's like, hey, you've done your training. Here's your lightsaber.
I don't know. Maybe.
That's interesting, though. 'Cause I didn't really consider her a Jedi. I'm not sure she's a Jedi. Is she? She didn't go through any training. I didn't see her lift an X-Wing up with her mind.
I think maybe she just has the
Has
ability
Luke been training
in her.
her in the...
Maybe.
Okay.
Never know. Maybe Chewbacca's the Jedi now. Well, I mean, I'm excited. The story of Rey, I'm curious about. Is she Luke's daughter? Is Luke still around?
I think Kylo Ren, I think he's going to have a big twist.
See, I was thinking the whole time he's going to be someone we know.
I think that's a cop-out. I mean, I think
and
Rey,
I think it is too. I think it's a cop-out too. Sure. You just never know how these movies are going to go.
Rey being related, that seems plausible to me, but Kylo Ren, it just seems like,
especially since she seems like she's almost on the same planet that Luke was on. I mean, she's in that sandy environment where the Tusken Raiders were, where Anakin was. So, I mean...
Was Luke from Tatooine?
No, he was... I can't remember the name of the planet.
Something I read today
now.
said that Rey is on Jakka?
Yeah.
Jakart, something?
That's where Luke is from.
Oh, really? That's where he's from?
That's where Luke is from.
Okay.
Luke's from that sandy planet with the two suns and and he... Do you remember what Luke was before he found out he was a Jedi?
I don't recall.
He was a hydration farmer.
Oh, yeah. I knew he was a farmer. But they were in the desert, right?
Right.
Yes.
Hydration farmer.
Well, let's jump to Captain Phasma. Phasma, is that it? Yeah, that's it. The Chrome Stormtrooper.
I didn't see that. That was on the thing? That was on the trailer?
Definitely in some of the teasers. It might have been in the trailer. I couldn't tell if it was Captain Phasma or Kylo Ren, because they both have kind of very shiny...
Right. Face.
But my speculation on Captain Phasma, who is played by a female, I feel like that's going to be a bit of a Boba Fett character, somebody that looks really cool, but we don't see much of.
Right.
I don't know. I mean, J.J. Abrams is directing. He helped write it. And, he usually...
Yeah, he does well.
He kind of does his thing, and
right.
I feel he kind of pulls from the original source material. He did Star Trek, and...
Right. So and he did well with Star Trek. I thought he did well with Star Trek.
Definitely. The second Star Trek, not as much, but the first Star
Which
Trek...
one's that one? Into the Darkness?
I mean, it's serviceable, but the first one, awesome.
Oh, I thought the first one was amazing. I'm about to watch Into Darkness tonight or tomorrow. So.
I mean, I didn't like it as much, but still, I thought it was definitely plausible. Yeah. But I think J.J. Abrams is going to go back to the source material and kind of... We're going to have a Luke character. We're going to have he's going to go to the source material, and we're going to kind of get... Not necessarily a copy, but similar stuff.
Yeah.
And I did hear that he's very big into the practical effects. And I'm all too happy to get rid of some of the CGI that
Definitely.
I believe plagued episodes 1 through 3. There's too much CGI.
Oh, there was a lot wrong with 1, 2, and 3. I mean, too many things to list. Actors,
Jar Jar
scripts.
Binks.
Jar Jar Binks was obviously a mistake, but even the actors, the guy who played Anakin, he was awful. I mean, and I like Natalie Portman, but it just wasn't working. And the little kid who played Anakin, Annie, don't even start on that little nose picker. He was awful. But it's just, that just can't wait to see it.
I'm with you.
No, it'll be good. Is that it?
That's
wrap
it.
Up our,
I think so. We can't wait to see it. December 18th. That's where we'll be.
Let us know what you guys think. Post some comments in there. Let us know what you think about plot lines or storylines or anything like that. And
hey, if we got it wrong, if you don't like our speculations, let us know.
Definitely let us know.
Tell us, set us straight.
Thanks for listening to Fridays on the Fly, the special edition Star Wars Force Awakens trailer 2.
Bonus episode. Actually, it's the first trailer. The other two were teasers.
No, the first one was a trailer. I thought the one on last year?
Teaser.
Well, I guess it was a minute long. So,
yeah, it's teaser. This is the trailer.
Teaser, trailer.
That's why you got to do it.
Thanks again for listening.
That's the bonus episode. We are out.
I'm Eric.
And I'm Ward.